Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to Brazil for round 3 of the 2003 Formula 1 season. Let's get started.
Located within the southern suburbs of Sao Paulo, the bumpy Interlagos circuit consists of two very distinct sections. The first outer section combines two very long straights with fast-sweeping turns, whilst the technical infield contains some very slow corners that demand absolute precision and leave no room for driver error.
We jump straight into qualifying. We are having a wet session, so my time will be slower. That is a 120.802, which is not that bad, considering that the time in the dry hovers somewhere around the 116 mark.
Hello there. Welcome to Brazil. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Schumacher first. Montoya second. David Coulthard third. The Toyota driver put on a fantastic display throughout the qualifying hour. He starts this race from a very promising fourth. Kimi Raikkonen fifth. Ralph Furman sixth. Nick Heidfeld seventh. Ralf Schumacher failed to get anywhere near the pace of his championship rival. He starts in 8th. Verstappen, 9th. Cristiano D'Amata was way off the pace of his teammate. He starts in 10th. Alonso, 11th. Mark Webber, 12th. Barrichello, 13th. Frentzen, 14th. Jenson Button, 15th. Justin Wilson, 16th. Trulli, 17th. Antonio Pizzonia, 18th. Giancarlo Fisichella, 19th. Jacques Villeneuve, 20th.
And here we are on the grid for the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix, with a roughly normal lineup, except for maybe Pizzonia and Barrichello. Villeneuve got himself disqualified again, and so did Fisichella. We are off and I immediately get hit by Furman, and although it's not really visible in the video, my suspension got a bit damaged. I've lost two positions as well, so it wasn't the best of starts. I've been jumped by both Ralf Schumacher and Ralf Furman. As we now come onto the back straight, I slightly closed in the gap on Ralf Schumacher, and as we now go up the hill through what's probably my favorite section of the track. And here is a replay of the start. Quite a bit of wheel spin there, so that's why Furman crashed into me. It's funny though, because I thought that launch control was supposed to prevent wheel spin, and yet in this case it didn't. Unless the game wanted to simulate some sort of a malfunction. Who knows? We are now on board with Furman. We can see smoke coming from my tires because of the wheel spin. I'm slow off the line and Furman makes contact. That really shouldn't have happened. That's one of the things launch control was made for, as well as ease of the workload in the cockpit during the start of a race, letting the driver focus on keeping the car safe. But we are now coming around to finish lap 1 of the Brazilian Grand Prix. We have Ralf Schumacher up ahead in 5th, we are down in 6th, and behind us in 7th is Kimi Raikkonen. We are now coming around to finish lap 3. We have Furman up ahead, who was overtaken by Ralf Schumacher. I also tried to make a move and we're through and up in 5th. So now we need to find a way to pass Ralf Schumacher. Hopefully we can do that within the next couple of laps. Meanwhile, we have a replay of Giancarlo Fisichella of all people. He's down in 17th, so he made up a couple of positions, and his engine starts letting out smoke. What is this? The man who actually won the Brazilian Grand Prix in 2003 is now out of the race. I can't believe this. That's a shame. Who would have thought that something like this was possible? Anyway, I'm now getting closer and closer to Ralf Schumacher, so I think I'm going to try and overtake him soon. We come into the hairpin, then down into this left-hander, going up through the gears, We can now see yellow flags being waved, and that was Fisichella's Jordan off to the right there. And now as we come through this last section, Ralf Schumacher slows down for some reason. That was stupid of him. He just gave me 4th place. We are now on lap 10. David Coulthard is some 6 seconds up the road. Behind me at the moment is Kimi Raikkonen. Ralf Schumacher is in the pits. Oh no, I took too much of the curb. It spun me around and I'm losing a lot of time now. We're down to 5th, now 6th, now 7th. This is a complete disaster. And again I go off the track, and now Rubens Barrichello crashes into me, sending me off the track and further damaging my suspension. Brilliant. That was a complete mess, and here's a replay of that. Oh, I actually touched the grass there, so that's what sent me into a spin. The car does a full 360, then I catch it, rejoin the track, not really aware of what's going on around me. I go off the track again. Luckily this time I didn't spin. Then I rejoin again and Barrichello crashes into me. Well, to be honest, that was my fault as well. I didn't check to see if anyone's behind me, so we're down in 10th. But I just saw a few cars peeling off into the pits and we're now in 7th. And we still have a long race ahead of us. Hopefully I can get my act together. Later on lap 14 I was running in 6th. As I was coming around to finish the lap, there were some more people in the pits, so I gained a few more positions, and I'm now up in 2nd place, which is absolutely amazing. But let's not get too excited, since I still need to make my pit stop. Just a bit later on lap 15, I was chasing Nick Heidfeld, who was in 1st. And that looks like him off to the side there. Yes, we take the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix, although this is not going to be for long. I still need to make my pit stop in about 4 or 5 laps time. Anyway, here is a replay of Nick Heidfeld. Maybe we can learn what happened. He's coming up the hill and it sounds like his engine cut out. He might be out of fuel. How strange. Anyway, we are momentarily in the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and that's all that matters now. So we need to stay focused. At the end of lap 18, I had to come in for fuel and tires. I'm obviously going to lose the lead now, but hopefully I won't lose too many positions. And it looks like Minardi are also preparing for a pit stop. But we're alone at the moment, which is good actually. The fewer cars in the pits, the smaller the chance of being held up. And we're off the jacks now. And that's a 11.1 stopper. Not too thrilled about that to be honest. And it looks like we'll be rejoining in 10th. This is lap 21 and I'm still in 10th. I'm desperately trying to catch up to Button, but I make another mistake and go off the track, and lose a lot of time. Not too happy about how things are going at the moment. Lap 22 and I was still trying to catch up to Jensen Button, and I take too much of the curve through this left-hander and almost lose the back. That lost me even more time. Lap 27 and I got promoted to 7th place due to some pit stops. It seems that the AI is going for a 2-stop strategy, which might help us a bit, and something must have happened to Cristiano Damata because when I exited the corner he was about 10 seconds up the road. Now he's just 2, so let's see what happened. Here's a replay. He is chasing after Ralph Furman. They are coming down the long back straight. Furman brakes for the left-hander. Damata tries to outbrake Furman, but that doesn't work out for him. They make contact and my teammate loses control of his car. But despite that, he's now started to pull a gap on me. He's almost 3 seconds up the road now. Just through one sector, so I need to start pushing. This is lap 31, and we're back up in 5th, courtesy of a few more pit stops. And Jarno Trulli is in trouble, so let's see what happened. And here we have Jarno Trulli in his Mount 7 Renault. He comes up the hill, down through the right-hander, and his car starts to let out smoke, and he's out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Anyway, we are in 5th and only a handful of laps remaining. Kimi Raikkonen is in 4th and about 5 seconds up the road, so I don't think I can improve on my position in the short time left, but I'll try nonetheless. And here we are coming around to finish the 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix. I'm still in 5th, I was unable to catch Raikkonen, so basically I lost a position since I started in 4th. At the very least though, I managed to put a few more points on the board, and that's very important. And this race wasn't as exciting and crazy as I thought it would be. I was expecting a lot more retirement, but it wasn't meant to be, it seems. Not that I'm complaining, in fact I prefer it when most of the cars are on the track by the end of the race. I find it quite interesting though that Fisichella was the first one to retire. After all, he did win the Brazilian Grand Prix, albeit it took the FIA some time before they realized who actually won the race. Anyway, on to the standings.
At the end of an amazing Brazilian Grand Prix, here are the final results. Juan Pablo Montoya first. Michael Schumacher second. David Coulthard third. Raikkonen fourth. The Toyota driver fifth. Alonso sixth. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Juan Pablo Montoya first.
Montoya is first with 22 points, Michael Schumacher second with 18 points, I'm third with 12 points, Ralf Schumacher shares fourth with D'Amata with 10 points, Alonso is fifth with 9 points, Coulthard sixth with 6 points, Raikkonen, Frentzen and Webber share seventh with 5 points, Villeneuve and Button share eighth with 4 points, Fisichella is ninth with 3 points, Barrichello 10th with 2 points, and Furman 11th with 1 point.
Williams move further ahead at the top of the Constructors' Championship. Toyota are second, whilst third place is held by Ferrari.
Williams lead the Constructors' Championship with 32 points. Our team is second with 22 points. Ferrari are third with 20 points. McLaren fourth with 11 points. Renault are fifth with 9 points. Sixth are BAR with 8 points. And seventh is shared by Sauber, Jaguar and Jordan with 5 points each. So that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. I didn't do too well, but considering how many mistakes I've made throughout the race, I'd say that I didn't do too bad either. We've scored some points and that makes me happy. Will I be able to defend my title? I don't really think so, but that doesn't bother me all that much to be honest. As long as I can put some points on the board, I'm quite happy. Anyway, our next race takes us to San Marino to Circuit Enzo Edino Ferrari, hope I said that right, which alongside Spa-Francorchamps, which we will not visit this year, is one of my favorite circuits. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.